My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses.
And is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
I keep everything right here.
There you go.
Or right here.
Yeah. You angelic all the time.
Access Hollywood caught up with Diddy recently, who had very nice things to say about you and your judging on the show. He thinks you're doing a great job. He says, let me find the quote, the way she's handled it, she's been such a compassionate person, it made me cry like twice. And then he's going to be a mentor on the show. So he said he's going to be the one to show the kids how to do it.
Right.
Do you have any advice for him to come on?
No, I mean, he knows what he's doing. I don't have really anything. No advice for him.
No advice for him. Anything to say about the kind words?
It's nice. It's sweet.
Jennifer Lopez is recognized for her extraordinary talent and the way she's dominated the industry like no one else. However, behind all that fame lies a story not everyone is familiar with, a dark chapter of her past involving a mogul who is now famous for very different reasons. Today, we're not just discussing Jennifer's rise to fame, we're diving deep into the complicated history of her relationship with Diddy, one that shares chilling similarities with allegations made years later by Cassie. Both women, at different points in Diddy's life, have spoken about experiences that suggest a disturbing pattern of control. The more you investigate, the more it appears that the glamorous image Diddy built around himself might have concealed something much darker. But why didn't anyone notice? Or perhaps did they choose to ignore it? Was Jennifer's success masking what was really happening? Let's discuss. Jennifer Lopez and Sean Diddy Combs were unstoppable forces in the industry. Jennifer was just starting her rise to fame with her debut album, while Diddy had already established himself as one of hip-hop's biggest names. The two were frequently photographed at high-profile events, and Diddy seemed not only supportive, but also vocal in helping Jennifer carve out her identity in the music world. However, there were signs that Diddy's influence over Jennifer extended beyond mere support. Industry insiders and those close to Jennifer at the time reported that Diddy often stepped in to dictate various aspects of her career and personal life, almost as though he were managing her rather than simply supporting her. Friends described his behavior as crossing boundaries that most partners wouldn't dare cross. From song choices to public appearances, Diddy appeared to exert control over the direction Jennifer's career was taking. Behind the scenes, many things were changing during those early years. For instance, Diddy had a hand in her song selection. Jennifer's hit, Feeling So Good, was initially created under his guidance, with him overseeing much of the production. It's been reported that he even borrowed tracks from other artists to give to Jennifer, securing songs that aligned with his vision of what her music should sound like. People close to them hinted that Diddy saw Jennifer more as a project to mold than as an equal partner. This level of influence also extended to their public appearances, with Diddy often controlling how and when they were seen together, as though shaping the public's perception of their relationship. Jennifer's friends observed that Diddy encouraged her to adopt a more daring and flashy image, a stark contrast to her previous, more conservative Hollywood persona. While Jennifer was evolving as an artist, Diddy's control seemed to be steering her towards an identity that served his brand as much as her own. As his influence grew stronger, things began to take a darker turn.
J-Lo finally speaks out about her relationship with Diddy.
Just one of those breakups that really, it was like a tough one for me.
Jennifer experienced emotional manipulation from Diddy, where his controlling behavior shifted from guiding her career to keeping her under his control. Friends noticed this change, describing how Jennifer appeared less confident and more isolated, as if she was constantly managing his expectations rather than focusing on her own goals. Allegedly, Diddy's anger would flare up, leading to situations where Jennifer's friends became worried for her safety. These reports would later take on new context when similar allegations emerged from Cassie years after Jennifer and Diddy broke up. Cassie, who later filed a lawsuit, claimed years of manipulation by Diddy and detailed experiences that mirrored Jennifer's earlier relationship with him. Cassie's allegations included both emotional and physical control, painting a picture of Diddy's behavior that showed a disturbing consistency. The idea that Jennifer had gone through something similar began to seem less like a rumor and more like part of a larger pattern. The comparisons between Jennifer's and Cassie's relationships with Diddy revealed repeated behaviors that seemed to have impacted the lives of those close to him. Both Jennifer and Cassie were powerful, talented women with promising careers, yet both appeared to find themselves in relationships where Diddy attempted to control and diminish their autonomy. Cassie's lawsuit, outlining years of psychological manipulation and control, now casts a shadow over Jennifer's experience, leaving people to question what might have really been happening behind the scenes during her time with Diddy. The similarities between these two relationships are impossible to ignore.
Puff Daddy and his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka Jenny from the Block. Yo, I remember this story and it was lit. The two were kicking off a tour celebrating Diddy's Artist Shine's album, and before you knew it, Diddy got into a scuffle with a club goer and a fight broke out, and then gunshots were fired in the air. Wow, 3 people were injured. Diddy and J-Lo fled the scene like Batman and Robin, but were pulled over by the cops, and the cops found a stolen gun in the car, and before you knew it, the 2 superstars were in handcuffs, and the situation was bad, y'all. And even Diddy, Puff Daddy changed his name to Diddy, and it was crazy.
Jennifer and Diddy's relationship made major headlines on December 27th when they were at Club New York in Manhattan, and gunshots rang out, creating chaos. Diddy became involved in an altercation with another clubgoer, which escalated quickly, and someone from his entourage allegedly fired the shots. Jennifer, who was with him at the time, was taken in for questioning by the police, though she was later released. The incident left a lasting impact on both her life and her career. This wasn't the first time such an event had occurred. Diddy's jealousy over Jennifer sparked moments of tension and even public confrontations with people he saw.
Sean Diddy Combs was accused in a lawsuit Thursday of subjecting R&B singer Cassie to a years-long relationship that included beatings and rape. Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, alleged in the suit that Combs brought her into his fast-paced and drug-fueled lifestyle not long after she met him and signed to his label when she was 19 and he was 37 in 2005.
As threats. Stories spread that he would not hesitate to confront other men if he believed they were paying too much attention to Jennifer. These incidents painted a picture of a man struggling to control his possessiveness. His jealousy was said to be so intense that it led to arguments and aggressive behavior, revealing a darker side of his personality. Friends close to Jennifer became increasingly worried about her safety as it became clear that Diddy's protectiveness had transformed into something darker, leaving her torn between her love for him and the chaos that seemed to follow him everywhere. But Jennifer wasn't the only one affected in this way. Cassie's story exposes even more troubling patterns. Diddy's former girlfriend has come forward with allegations that reveal the darker side of her relationship with him in a lawsuit that made headlines. In the lawsuit, Cassie accused Diddy of years of physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. The suit outlined chilling accusations, including threats, intimidation, and manipulation. She described incidents of being followed, monitored, and pressured, claiming that Diddy took extreme measures to control her. Cassie's account shows a similar pattern of control and possessiveness to what Jennifer experienced years earlier. Over the months, other women have also come forward, either anonymously or through close sources, describing feelings of intimidation, complicity, silencing, or pressure from Diddy. These accounts suggest that his behavior wasn't isolated to just one relationship, but was part of a recurring cycle involving multiple women. Cassie's bravery in speaking out has opened a floodgate, reinforcing a broader conversation in the public sphere and sparking speculation about the darker aspects of the entertainment industry's power dynamics. With these similarities, we begin to see a clear pattern.
Well, it's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Despite her high-profile status and success, Jennifer has stayed silent about the trauma she may have endured during her relationship with Diddy. She has said very little about that period in her life, occasionally hinting at difficult times in her early career, or mentioning how those experiences taught her valuable lessons. However, she has never publicly acknowledged any specific incidents of control or emotional strain directly tied to Diddy. Remaining silent for years about such experiences is not uncommon, especially in Hollywood. For Jennifer, who was working to build a career in a cutthroat industry, speaking out could have led to backlash or even jeopardize her hard-earned success. The weight of that silence is something many can only imagine, leaving a significant impact on both her personal and professional journey. In Hollywood, speaking out about mistreatment comes at a heavy cost. Careers are often built on networks, and challenging powerful figures can result in backlash, lost opportunities, or even being blacklisted. For Jennifer, an emerging star in the late 90s, the fear of such consequences likely influenced her decision to stay silent. She had everything to lose: her budding career, the chance to become one of Hollywood's leading Latina stars, and her entire lifestyle. The industry's culture of silence and fear allowed men like Diddy to maintain their unchecked influence, with those who could have spoken out too afraid to face the repercussions. Cassie's lawsuit opened a door for others who had been mistreated to consider speaking out. Her courage demonstrated that it is possible to hold powerful men accountable. The lawsuit may mark a pivotal moment, encouraging others to break their silence and take a stand against Diddy. As people watch this unfold, they are beginning to realize that the truth is finally catching up with Diddy, who once seemed untouchable.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
Jennifer, Cassie, and other women linked to Diddy have endured experiences that remained hidden for years. They carried the weight of those experiences while their careers and lives continued to unfold in the public eye. Now, as allegations emerge and these hidden chapters of their lives are brought to light, it's time to question the elites who protected people like Diddy. Hollywood has long shielded certain figures, making them seem untouchable. But the cracks in this illusion are beginning to show. The stories coming out now reveal how even the brightest stars carry shadows of fear and trauma, often inflicted by those in positions of power. Fan reactions are pouring in, with people expressing their opinions. Comments like, "Jennifer should have spoken up years ago, and she knew because when they got together, Puffy was with Kim Porter, and she still pursued him." Another comment highlights the scandal of Jennifer flaunting her public relationship with Diddy, despite him being with Kim Porter, who was pregnant with his child at the time. These reactions reflect the growing desire to see these women find justice. One comment even echoes the call for accountability, stating, "Diddy needs to be locked up, and anyone who knows how he operates and does nothing to stop it should be locked up with him." Social media has become a platform for fans to rally behind these women, showing that the world is finally ready to listen and act on the allegations being shared. As more voices come forward, one thing is clear: the world is finally listening. But do you think justice will finally catch up with Diddy? Let me know in the comments what you think about these ongoing revelations and whether you believe Hollywood is ready to hold its icons accountable. And if you want to stay updated on stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share your thoughts below.